Welcome to Cornhill Village. The village of Cornhill lies on the Scottish border approximately 1.5 miles from Coldstream, and so is on the northerly edge of Northumberland. It was in ancient times known as Cornhill. The parish carries the same name and incorporates Old and New Heaton and Tilmouth. The River Tweed runs eastward about a mile from the village, where there's an 18th century bridge with a span of 5 arches over the river. Agriculture plays a part here, with a rich soil that supports diverse crops such as turnips, beans, and a variety of grains. Cornhill was for political purposes part of the county of Durham, but in 1844 by Act of Parliament was separated from it and then joined with Northumberland. The Anglican St. Helen's Church is dedicated to St. Helen, the mother of Constantine the Great, the first Christian emperor. Legend says that it was erected in 1082 AD because Norham had become the property of Durham Cathedral. It has undergone rebuilding and restoration work, both in the 18th and 19th centuries, with the bell tower being added in 1840. The church could boast a harmonium by 1856, when the choir was created. In addition to this, the rectory held a lending library of 300 volumes. A harmonium, also called a reed organ, which is a free reed keyboard instrument that produces sound when wind is sent by foot-operated bellows through a pressure equalizing air reservoir, which causes metal reeds screwed over slots in metal frames to vibrate through the frames with close tolerance. There have been several gifts bestowed upon this church by the Earls and Countesses of Home, including stained glass windows, an organ, and a new font. A school was raised in 1837 for the education of both boys and girls following the national system. The Master's House was constructed in 1860, the land for both buildings being given by the Collingwoods. The school was enlarged and improved in 1868 at a cost of nearly £200. At the end of the 19th century, Cornhill held a cattle market every other Monday, as well as an annual lamb and wool fair in July. Trade directories for the county, as well as census information, give a picture of the village's size. In 1851 the population was 973, while the information for 1861 gives the total number of persons living in Cornhill as 853, and in 1891 that number had been reduced to 634. Centre of the village lies St. Helen's Church, part of the parish of Cornhill on Tweed. Its sister churches are in Carham and Branxton. There has been a church at Cornhill since Axton times. St. Helen's Church was enlarged, repaired, and repaired in 1840 by voluntary contributions from a number of societies and individuals. Local legend has it that the body of an 8-foot man was found buried under the nave when the work was carried out. A nave is the central part of a church building intended to accommodate most of the congregation. The church was repewed with open seats during 1869, as well as refloored, while dry rot had seriously affected the joists and flooring. At this time the harmonium was repaired, the lectern was added in 1870, and all these improvements were paid by voluntary subscriptions. Visitors to the church will find a blue folder in the bookcase in the church, which provides some detail of the history of the building, together with a list of births, marriages and deaths from the year 1837. 2 churchyards are situated near the St. Helens Church. One surrounds the church, listed as St. Helens Main Churchyard. The other is an annex, through a gap in the hedge which is referred to as the St. Helens Churchyard Annex. The third churchyard seems to be recent, which is some 50 metres from the other 2, which visitors need to pass by the village hall. It is thought that this new churchyard was opened in the early 1940s. This is referred to as the Hall Churchyard. The Headstone Transcription Survey of the 1990s divided the 3 churchyards into sections A through to section F. Cornhill Branch. The Cornhill branch was a 35.5-mile, single-track branch railway line in Northumberland, England, that ran from Alnwick on the terminus of the 3-mile-long Alnmouth to Alnwick line, via 10 intermediate stations, to a junction on the Tweed mouth, to Kelso branch line at Cornhill on Tweed. Authorised in 1882, the Cornhill branch was built to link the farming communities of North Northumberland with the market town of Alnwick, the link to the North Eastern Railway's Kelso line and its Alnwick branch. Construction was started by the North Eastern Railway in 1884. The line opened to freight between Cornhill and Whopperton on the 2nd of May, 1887, and the whole line for both freight and passengers on the 5th of September of the same year. The line had difficulty attracting passengers because many of the stations were some distance from the communities they served, which increased bus competition in the 1920s. This led to passenger trains being withdrawn on the 22nd of September, 1930, although the service resumed briefly during the Second World War to serve the RAF in Millfield. After a severe storm in August 1948 that washed away a bridge north of Ilderton Station, British Railways, who had recently taken over the line, decided that the low volume of rail traffic did not warrant replacing it. The line was thus split into 2, Alnwick to Ilderton and Coldstream to Wooler. That, coupled with an infrequent service, caused the line to go further into decline. The section from Alnwick to Ilderton closed on the 2nd of March, 1953, with the other section following suit on the 29th of March, 1965. Cornhill has a village shop, including the usual groceries, with an off-license, gifts and birthday cards, along with a newsagent, including National Lottery and Health Lottery terminals. The shop has a post office, and the shop is stocked with a great variety of locally sourced produce. Set in beautiful surroundings, the village shop has many great products to share with everyone. Whether it's a quick takeaway, snack or a lazy lunch, they will always try to accommodate your needs. Being over 200 years old and Grade 2 listed for its historical architecture, this luxury Georgian hotel has glorious surroundings with views over the River Tweed. The Collingwood Arms is a former coaching inn. As you enter, you will be welcomed in the entrance hall by an open log fire, and there's a library where you can have a good read whilst relaxing in comfort. The rooms have mixed, antique furniture and period bathrooms with a digital TV, Wi-Fi and delightful relaxing bedrooms. On arrival you will receive mineral water and a free basket of fruit. The bar within the Collingwood Arms features oak and antique leather. In this relaxed atmosphere, you can enjoy local beers, wines and a wide selection of Scottish whiskies, and the quiet gardens offer al fresco dining in the summertime, with charming views across the River Tweed and into the Scottish borders, with well-reviewed food, including 15 classically furnished rooms. The Collingwood Arms is an award-winning retreat, sophisticated and traditional, and yet the Collingwood Arms pride themselves on attention to detail and providing the highest levels of comfort and service. It's a raison d'etre that's seen Collingwood Arms achieve such high praise from countless individual accolades. The 13 rooms and 2 suites offer an understated luxury that befits the rolling and unspoiled scenery surrounding the Collingwood Arms. The same style of combining classically styled antique furniture with modern comforts is evident throughout the historical inn. Whether you are planning a fabulous weekend break, or a memorable sporting trip with all the facilities you could need, or simply a stay to take in the romance of the borders, the Collingwood Arms Hotel is a great place to stay. As part of the refurbishment in the mid-2000s, the walled garden underwent extensive work, which was a key part in creating a space that was an extension of the quality internally, but also a space that could be utilized and be enjoyed by the beautiful outside dining area, with a dedicated and hard-working team of groundsmen. The Collingwood Garden, with its ever-changing colours and meandering lines, is a place to be enjoyed by their guests through all seasons. At 97 miles long, the River Tweed carries a rich history that far outweighs its relatively short length. Famed for its salmon fishing, the River Tweed runs a very long season, from the 1st of February and closes on 30th of November. The runs tend to peak in May, then again in October and early November. Traditionally split into 4 sections, upper, middle, lower and bottom, the Collingwood Arms is well placed for travel to all 4 stretches. Of course, the Tweed can also be enjoyed by those seeking to explore the many peaceful walking paths that follow its contoured edge, or by those who in vehicles, as many scenic roads run alongside this most famous of borders rivers. Education. The Cornhill School was built in 1837 and closed in 2012. Pupils from the village now attended schools nearby. Transport. Cornhill on Tweed lies at a junction of the A697 and A698 roads, the latter linking to Berwick upon Tweed, the nearest significant town, some 13 miles away. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you come back again, as more videos will be uploaded soon. And once again, thank you for your interest.